Yeah, for casual, you would just do it that way. You would just keep spying with Jeff. Hey, Drew, what's up, man? And here's another thing a lot of people don't know. Say if you have a fight with multiple enemies, like a regular Starman and a Starman Super, or a Starman Super with anything else, you don't even have to spy on the Starman Super, because when the fight starts, the drop is determined at the start of the fight. Like, actually, I think, like, during the swirl, maybe. But, when you spy, it just checks to see if there's a drop. And if there's a drop, it will be randomly selected from one of the enemies at the beginning of the fight. So since the drop is already determined at the beginning of the fight, it doesn't matter which enemy you spy on. Like, you can spy on any of them, it does the same thing. It's just checking, is the drop there? If yes, you get it. If not, you don't. It's not like if you spy on the wrong enemy, you won't get it, because, like I said, it's not individual drops. There's one drop in the fight that's determined already at the beginning. Now, instant wins... need some water. Instant wins are determined after the fight, which is kind of weird. The Sword of Kings really is not that good of a weapon, because you just really don't... Damn, Nolan got 3 OP ops. You just don't really bash with Pooh that much. You know, you're gonna, like, Pooh is good because he has Starstorm, and he has pretty powerful, freeze attacks. So you're gonna be using those. You know, like, people always, they come in and always ask me about the Sword of Kings. And, you know, I point out there's really no reason to get it, because at least in the speedrun, we never bash with Pooh. The only exception is if you don't have a BBR left over for Mondo Mole, the strat is to do auto fight, and you will bash due to the auto fight. But that's literally it. We're talking 2 to 3 rounds. Titanium Ant. It's Titanic Ant. That's funny. We should make it Titanium Ant. That reminds me of, like, the T-1000 from, like, Terminator. Fucking Terminator Ant. To get to level 8 or 9, yeah, you just grind on slugs. You don't want to fight ants because, they can call for help, they can life up, and they hit a lot harder. Yeah. Slugs will, ants will actually kill you. Slugs, the only way they're gonna kill you is if you're fighting something like a 6-pack, and they actually are able to concentrate on the 4th turn, and they hypnotize you and you go to sleep. Because they won't hit you. Well, they might hit you. You have a 25% chance to wake up, just on your own, and if they hit you, it's a 50% chance. You don't want to fight mice either, because they have high guts, so they smash a lot. You've never gotten it? Were you actually finishing the fights, or were you spying? EarthBound 3. Lucario, I actually recommend just grinding on the first floor, because ants cannot spawn. If you see a dot on the first floor, it's guaranteed to be a slug. You can only get slugs and mice, so just avoid the mice, fight the dots. You know, some people talk about, like, going up to grind, and I didn't really have a good boogie time, so I listened to them, but I got my PB, which is 3rd on the leaderboard, doing the grind completely on the bottom floor strat. And the reason I did it was every time I try that other strat, when I go up, I can't tell what's what, because it'll look like a 4-pack, but it's really 2 2-packs of ants, and they fucking jabate you. Fucking jabated, man. Or you get up there, and then you get a 6-pack when you only need 2 ants, and that 6-pack takes forever. It's just... I can see that if, like, the stars align, it would be faster. If you get to 16, go up, and just boom, you get a 6-pack. Because that would be 22. But the chances of that happening is not very high. What are insta-kill strats? I mean, you can instant win single slugs. That also is true in Pond Cave. You can instant win single slugs with Jeff. You just gotta be careful that it's actually one, because sometimes you're like, oh sweet, it's one, and right as you're taking the fight, the other one comes into view, and it's too late to turn around. Or there's like two in one spot. They're like pixel perfectly on top of each other, kind of like what happens with the ants in Giant Step. Sometimes when you're on the way to ant, sometimes you'll go to instant win 1, and it's actually 2. The same thing can happen with slugs in Pond Cave. That you really only have the opportunity to do that at that first spawn plate right inside, or I'm sorry, the second spawn plate. But yeah, I've committed to just completely grinding on the bottom floor. There's no chance of me accidentally taking an ant fight, and none of the 6-packs, man, because the 6-packs take forever. It's just like 2-packs, 4-packs. You can get 3 sometimes, and you can even get the singles. And then I can just stutter everything on the way up. I can just go. I can just stutter. I just like it better. And I used to think it was slower, but like I said, after getting the 105.40, which is 3rd place on the leaderboard, I'm convinced that there's nothing wrong with it. Oh shit, I'm mashing no. Ooh, caught myself there. I was mashing the wrong one. So, Hello Boing was like the big proponent of that multi-level like grinding, like, you know, get this many, go up. And he had he's got a 105.41, although he was showing me his splits, and his splits say 105.40. And he was trying to remember why he's... Oh, wow. I was gonna reset, but because I overmashed, but I actually did the correct thing. My A button press went before the L. If the L would have went first, I would have gotten the meteorite text, and it would have been over. Technically, I probably could have fixed that. 69, 28. No, yeah. That'd be what, 97? That's 84. So I would have needed, what, 13? It'd be A, down, B, A, down, B, A, B. Yeah, I mean, I'm not done with Metroid. I mean, I did grind that pretty hard. Like I said, I actually got blisters and, like, new calluses and shit on my fingers from how much I was practicing. But that's the type of game where you can't just, like, casually... Oh, wow, I barely lost any time from that. You can't just, like, casually go into that and, like, do a run at the point that I'm at. You basically have to sit there and, like, most people when they run Super Metroid like that, seriously, they'll do, like, hours of practice and then they'll do, like, a few runs. And at this point, I'm really rusty. I tried doing a run the other night because people really wanted me to do one. I did one, and it was awful. I'm already rusty. Like, that's a very technical game, very precise game. You have to, like, at the level that I'm at, I mean, like, I'm still not that good, you know? Like, sub-hours, like, the first, like, beginner goal. But even at that point, you have to... You have to keep that up. That's a skill that if you don't... Like, EarthBound, like, your skills don't go away. Like, I thought I might be rusty at EarthBound after focusing on Super Metroid. I came right back and got a PB. Learned a new category, did some glitchless runs, got a PB. But with Super Metroid, your skills go down when you're not practicing. That is something that you have to actually keep up. Yeah, they were. Like, I advanced very quickly in that category. I mean, it was very rewarding. It was very fun. Once I got the practice ROM working with the Super UFO, that just... You know, because there for a while I was basically just doing runs without practicing. But, like, the timing of the short charges and all that stuff and all the other strats, I'll have to sit there one day and, like, de-rust. That's the thing. I guess that's the way to succinctly put it, is I'm going to have to de-rust that game, because it's been about 2 weeks since I played it. I played it that one night, and it was bad. It was bad. I was like, you know what, I'm going to have to practice. This is awful. Yeah, I was literally, like, I was fed up with glitchless. I was burned out, and that's why I was doing Super Metroid, was to, just kind of remove the salt that was glitchless. And then when I came back, you know, I did a few runs, learned photo percent. Another thing, you know, I was getting burned out in glitchless. And, you know, it paid off. I got that big PB the other day, got top 10, I cracked the top 10, got sub 355. But right now, my focus is this damn photo percent PB. And it's proving to be harder to get than I expected. I got 3 photo percent PBs, like, back to back to back. And now, this one, I've lost a PB run 3 times in a row. And so, I've got a chip on my shoulder right now. That's why I'm not even doing glitchless. Because there for a while, I was doing glitchless. And then once those attempts ran out, I was switching over to photo percent. And it wasn't working. I kept losing it. And I'm like, okay, I must be, like, burned... not burned out, but, like, worn out, you know? By the time I switch from glitchless, I guess, like, my ability to play for the night has gone down, you know? I'm not fresh, is what I'm trying to say. You know? Like, I used up all the juice. You have to manip and stuff, you know? There's actually more manip in this category than in glitchless. And doing manip is what tires your hands out. It's not all the other stuff, because you have to mash a whole bunch... And you have to make sure you're walking precisely with the D-pad. Like, the rest of the game, you don't walk the perfect path, it doesn't matter. How did you find me, anyway? How did you find me? You came to the right stream. And now you're streaming yourself. Isn't it beautiful? It's a wonderful thing. I'm not trying to do this too fast. I really don't feel like resetting and all that nonsense. Just going at a comfortable speed. Oh, wait a minute. You said you found me from the speedrunning community, right? On Twitch? Because I think when you came in and said you found me through there, I'm like, hey, so that thing actually works. Like, because I always wondered I was always thinking, does anyone even really use that? So you are living proof that people actually use the speedrunning community. I mean, that one's a pretty big community. I'm also in the retro community. That one is quite a bit smaller, although it does appear to be growing. If anyone has a suggestion for a third community, let me know. I couldn't find any that had more than, like, a handful of people in them. The other thing, too, is... I'm actually, like, good at EarthBound. You know, Super Metroid, it's a lot like... I'm new, man. It's like just... There's just something different about, like, you know, your main game that you've put all this time into. I've put so much time into studying and learning this game and improving that there's just something special about playing this game, you know, because I've put all that time into it. Like, don't get me wrong. I really like Super Metroid as well, but there's just a different feeling when you're actually good at a game and, and you get to play it, you know? I have no illusions that I'll ever get to, like, top tier in Super Metroid, and that's fine. But, you know, I was actually able to climb the leaderboard in EarthBound all the way to the top 10, which is more than I could have ever imagined. You know, like, when I first started, it was like, you know, getting sub 4 would be amazing. Now I've got sub 355, which is like the next big goal after sub 4. Well, I mean, I've been speedrunning EarthBound for 8 months now. I mean, really only streaming it regularly for 6 months, which is when I got on console. I got on console in March. That's when I started streaming a lot more. My streams were few and far between from December through, like, February. It was, like, maybe a couple times a week, if that. You know, I'm still definitely new. As far as, like, sub 4 runners, even though people got it after me, I've been running EarthBound for the least amount of time. In terms of, like, calendar time. Out of anybody. Now, if you want to look at total amount streamed, I've streamed EarthBound more than anybody else on Twitch. Not counting, like... actually, I take that back. I was gonna say not counting stuff like, you know, marathons and shit, but that's... I'm confusing myself. They have more watched time. I was looking at some stat site, solelygnome.com. I have streamed more EarthBound than anybody else in the last 6 months. Like, apparently, I am Mr. EarthBound. I had no idea, man. And I don't just, like, barely... Like, I fucking blow away number 2. Like, it's not even close. I need to go check into rehab. Like, remember when I was talking about shooting heroin and all that shit and being addicted? I wasn't joking. Yeah. Like, if you look at the past 90 days, I'm #1 and Boing is #2, and I've got like 50 hours on Boing. I've got like over 200 hours in the last 90 days. I don't even know how many it was in the last 6 months, but I can't look at the past year because I'm thinking that maybe like there's an API difference. Like, for some reason it doesn't go back that far. It says like it's not available, or maybe that site can't do it, or maybe there's no historical data. I don't know. But I literally have streamed more EarthBound than anybody else on Twitch in the last 6 months. So shoutouts to Skate Man for bringing that to my attention, because he was telling me 90 days, but I looked, it's actually the last 6 months. #2 is James in the last 6 months. I think it's me, James, Uko, Boing, Ultimo, Doc, Temple, and I'm not sure after that. Hey, Chocolate Cake, what's up, dude? But yeah, I had no idea. Like, I knew, like, recently I had done a lot, but, and I knew that get down there, that, now, Ultimo did a ton when he was grinding for world record. He was doing it a ton, but, you know, once you get world record, you're not gonna grind like you were. I mean, he's done other categories and stuff. Yo, thank you for the birthday cake, the birthday cupcake, chocolate cake. Yo, man, do I see a coincidence here? Your name is Chocolate Cake. You gave me a birthday cupcake. Hear him think. The Illuminati. But yeah, man, I am EarthBound, apparently. I had no idea. That's the thing, like, someone the other day was kind of like hassling me, like, you know, when you gonna run glitchless? And I wish I had the stats to tell him, like, oh god, I'll move again. Okay, good, he didn't move again. To tell him, like, dude, I've run this game more than anybody in the past 6 months, and it's almost all glitchless. It's almost all glitchless. Because I got the any percent PB / world record back in May. So after I think it was May 1st. So after May 1st, it was almost all glitchless. Like, let me run a little bit of photo percent. Let me run a little bit of photo percent. I mean, I had a little bit of Super Metroid. Because I'm not even really technically taking a break from glitchless. I just want the damn photo percent PB. Like, it's got the itch, man. Like I said, it's not so much that I want it, it's the fact that I've had it and I lost it. Got a chip on my shoulder, man. Got a chip on my shoulder. Because my glitchless PB and the boogie PB are both more recent. Because even someone pointed out, they're like, hey, you just got a glitchless PB and a boogie PB. You should go get another photo percent PB. I'm like, yeah, you're right, I should. And proven to be a little harder to do than I expected. Yeah, and the thing is, nobody's done, other than Daniel running photo percent, Nolan, nobody had done photo percent, as far as I know, since James got world record 8 months ago. Like, I sort of dusted off this run. Because like I said, Daniel did it at SNES Superstars, which was a marathon run, but he didn't do it, like, he didn't say, like, hey, you know what, that was fun, and inspired me to do some more photo percent. Because like he said, he tore up his notes. Once he got world record, he tore up his paper notes. I said, why? And he said, I don't know, for fun, you know? I mean, he still had a digital copy, but, like, I guess his hard drive crashed, so he lost that. But I guess him watching me sort of, gave him, like, the nostalgia, like, the feels of running it. And, he did do some attempts the other day. Imagine if I ever get bopped for any percent. Yeah, I will be back at any percent. I actually was 5 seconds off improving the world record on my next run after the world record. So I got the 104.20, and then my very next run was a 104.25. Well, 5 seconds from tying it. I guess 6 seconds to improving it, if you want to get technical. But I had good cliff skips in that run. I think the graveyard was good. I got proto skip, I think. Back then, I I hadn't really grinded glitchless that much, so I wasn't really good at duck skip, so half the time I didn't even go for it. Because I didn't really know what I was doing. Because I started with any percent. So I would just take the duck fight. So I probably would have a better chance of getting duck skip if I were to do it now. Like, I'm just a better runner overall because I've been playing this game for months and months and months since then. Like I said, I was new back then. I got that shit being brand new. I had a pretty bad meteorite in my PB. Like, I earned that world record. If you watch that VOD, that was a scary meteorite. Chocolate cake, thank you for the bit. Can be our little secret. I'm a good kid. Who's a good boy? No, okay, I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. I was afraid I didn't have the funds for it. But yeah, any percent is not for the faint of heart. That is quite the grind. Like, doing this gives me a little bit of PTSD flashbacks of it. And this is only a fraction of the manip. No, any percent is almost completely manipulated. Hard to play for just over an hour without making a single mistake. I mean, there's a few segments where it's not manipulated where you could make a mistake, but for large chunks of the game, you can't make a mistake. And at my level, that means it's a reset if you mess up. What's going on today? Jeez. I don't think that's ever happened. Come on. Come on. Come on, dude. Really? Oh my god, you've got to be shitting me. Should've just fucking... I don't know what the fuck that was. Was I not in there? You can tap through there. I've never had it take that long. I finally just kind of gave up and said, fuck it, man. I have to get the trash one. Maybe I wasn't in there and I thought I was. Because you can tap through there. I've done it a million times. I think I like this path going through the buildings. I'm still not completely sure about that path. I seem to take a different one every time. I'm in another bad graveyard. Yeah, I'm losing a lot of time here. Again, graveyard wasn't as bad, but it wasn't good. This is another reason why grinding any percent is frustrating, because this is another thing that you deal with in any percent. These same things, the same cliff skips. These, I thought that butterfly was an enemy from the off-screen lag. The graveyard shit. Yeah, the only thing I can imagine is I wasn't in there, and maybe it looked like it did, but man, it pretty much looked like I was in there. I don't know why I couldn't get through. Well, with any percent, it's because it's mostly manip. So if you press one wrong button, it's a reset, and once you get your first run without dropping manip, any manip drop is a automatic reset because the time waste to redo that segment is too much to PB. Especially when you're at my level. That was fucking bullshit again, man. I don't know what that was. I should have just given up on it sooner and just went through. Like, this is the first night I've really had trouble with that, with the cliff skip. Normally I pop right through. Like, honestly, I've been kind of surprised with how good the cliff skips have been recently. Since I assumed I would be rusty. That one was just bullshit. I don't understand why I couldn't get through. I was doing the exact same thing that, I've always done. You have to tap... The weird thing about that one is to progress, you actually have to... Once you're in there, you actually have to tap left to progress, which seems kind of counterintuitive, because you can't go straight up when you're in, like, the middle of it. You have to sort of go up along the left edge, and then you can go up and over. Yeah, I mean, it looked like I was in. I don't understand how I wouldn't have been, but I don't know why I couldn't get through. I mean, that one is sometimes tricky, where you have to do that a few times, but I've never had it take that long where I couldn't get through. That was a first. Oh, why did I do that one? You can do that for any of them, it doesn't matter. It's just faster to do the first one. I don't know what I guess I just wasn't paying attention. But yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure I was in there. I was just sort of wondering aloud, like, was I not in there? Like, why could I not get through there? Like, no matter how many times I readjusted, I couldn't get through. The strat is, once you're in there, you can't get through, you just go up left again. You go up, you go left, up, and then you try to go back right, and you just keep doing that, and you'll generally get through in a few tries. Because sometimes you kind of get in a spot where for some reason you can't go up. There's like a pixel that's blocking you. So you go left, up, and then right again. And sometimes it takes like a very precise tap. Like you have to really tap properly, because if not, you'll sort of ride like a pixel into a bad spot. There's like a good pixel and a bad pixel. Maybe I just kept getting on the bad one, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this menuing is probably some of the menuing that I'm the most used to. Well, maybe not the most. I mean, not counting manip. Not counting manip, I would say, because you have to do this in any percent. It's kind of why I like this category. Because it sort of reminds me of any percent. Yeah, see, I'm losing a ton of time here. Why can't I just have a good run? I'm gonna be like a minute behind. This run, honestly, this category is starting to get on my nerves. Might just have to say fuck this category. It's just so easy to lose time. And there's nowhere to make up time. Because there's almost no RNG and there's almost no spawns. So if you mess up, there's almost nowhere to make it up. That's very depressing. Like, you don't save time in this run. It's like, you lose time or you don't lose time. Now, I mean, that's not to say you can't ever save time, but that's only because you lost time somewhere in a previous PB. To do stupid shit. Yeah, I'm gonna be over a minute behind. This is actually worse than last run. Arg. 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 It's lame, man. I mean, technically I could be green at this next, not this next one, but the photo after that, because I could get, like, both skips. Well, I'm not even going to be BBRing anything. That wouldn't be until Boogie Tent. Yeah. In any percent you BBR the first proto. Which is very nice. Oh, the new advisory should have come out. For the hurricane. Oh, it's back up to a Category 5. Holy shit. I mean, it was very close before. Still moving due west. Like, the track hasn't really changed too much. That's the advisory that just came out. Yeah, Cat 5 again, which is weird, because it's... I mean, it looked like in the satellite, the radar, whatever, that it looked like it was actually strengthening, but it's moving due west. Oh, why'd you have to miss? So, Cuba should make it weaken. Because, like I said, Cuba has some mountains and stuff. I really need, like, duck skip or something. Come on. That might be a duck skip, I don't know, if he stays there. What's up, Dr. Pylons? Oh yes, the communism will starve it. Genius, why didn't I think of that? Funny. Alright, this could possibly be a duck skip. He might be stuck there, I don't know. You fucker. Let me get Proto Skip. Can I get Proto Skip, please? I never get any skips in Photo Percent. I don't know why. Come on. Thank you for once. I needed that. Alright, no sub-pixel bullshit this time, alright? I must have gotten proto skip in my PB or something. Welcome back, chocolate cake. Because I'm actually gonna lose time here. How is this possible? How is this possible? Who's my favorite president? I don't know. Thomas Jefferson, maybe? Photobombing? Teddy Roosevelt? Bull Moose Party? Come on. Lincoln, that's a good one. That's a good one. Washington. Those are common answers. Maybe, I don't know. Let me use the bathroom real quick. Alright, I'm back. Hamilton wasn't a president, wasn't he like Treasury Secretary or something? Or head of the First National Bank or whatever? Hey, down, extra cursor movement. Nice, Kanata. Got that shit activated. So I think what happened is I think I fought the duck before I got the photo in my PB, because I think I missed it, so I fought the duck and then got the photo. Oh, Jack's film joke. Alright, this is Manip, so I need to pay attention here. The dude moved down, so I have to do an extra cursor movement. Ooh, that's not right. Fuck. Is this okay? The order matter and with the stairs? Okay, we're good. I know the stairs are weird, like you can't do all the inputs before the stairs for some reason. No idea why. Have to stop mashing there. Have to turn off auto fight here when the ghost tries to possess. We bash. Next is defend. Manip, so if I press the wrong button, it's over. And next is run away. Now we have to hit stairs glitch. Oh, okay. Might be okay. Nice. You want to have the ghost directly below you. Hey, JTF, what's up, man? Coming in with the wisdom. I got a Fuzzy Pickles FFZ emote at Kanata mid. Gold because I ate the sandwich sooner, I think. 13. 11. 9. 7. 5. 3. 1. Okay, I have to copy the file, and then I have to go right to die on the stairs. Had to think about that. So even though I golded the hotel one, I wasted a little more time standing there waiting in the phone, because I got there sooner. Like, oh my god, did you just assume his gender? You cannot move during this part. If you move the D-pad, you fail, just like hitting a B. I actually didn't know that until the other day. You can mash here, though, listen. A and L. I don't know if B and select matter, but you can mash. Even once she's gone. Right here. See how it waits? I always wondered why there was this long delay. You move, it's over. Over. It's probably called Hot Pocket because a lot of Twitch emotes, especially the OG ones, come from streamers. So That's probably that streamer's name or part of it. Isn't the PogChamp one? Wasn't that dude's name like PogChamp? Yeah, Dan's game. It's Dan's Gaming or whatever. Yeah, those are all streamers. Yeah, it's Trihex, right? Isn't that Trihex? Pogs? Yeah, and then you had the cheap ones that were knockoff. They're just bottle caps. Pogs were like the dank name brand ones. Oh, Harvey relief, cool. People are probably going to be doing Irma relief here soon. Sans wouldn't have to look for poo if Mario did his job. 10 cerium things. Like, the Mario could maybe have something to do with the Mario and Luigi looking Runaway 5 guys to avoid them looking like the Blues Brothers. Like, I'm trying to find a way to relate that. Thank you, Kanata, for the 10 cerium things. Yeah, Dr. Pylons, I'm in Florida. I've got some family from down south that evacuated, and they're up here. I'm in the Panhandle. You've got to be shitting me. He's right at the photo spot. Now I'm going to probably get the text box saying that Ness is critical. When I go back to the alarm. Pluto is not a planet, it's a Kuiper Belt object. We just have better observation technology now. Like, we just didn't know. When we said it was a planet, we weren't able to observe it as well. It's a meme. Yes. Yes, it is. Last time I did that, I hit a taxi. Yeah, that was lame. I'm surprised I didn't get the fight. I don't think I've ever actually gotten a text saying that Ness is critical or whatever. Because I used to life up for safety. I'm not doing it. You just hold right coming out of here. I used to run into that NPC. Take this optimal path here. You lose a few seconds if you get the text box. how I saved 10 seconds there. Yo, Chocolate, thank you for the bit. Let's get right into the news. Huh. Oh, there it is. Damn it. That's from the despawn from the tough dude or whatever on the beach. It's so easy to lose time in this category. Man. Technically still save time somehow. Now James with the sports. Well, yeah, I mean, it's like any percent, probably. Somebody unban him, please. Fuck. Alright, Chocolate, somebody's gonna ban you this time, but if you keep doing that next time, they're just gonna leave it. Alright? Like, you know that that's a rule, because it's happened to you before. Like, we're not gonna sit here and, like, babysit you, and, like, let you get a 10-minute timeout over and over and keep on doing it. Like, that's not something that's gonna happen, so... You get one freebie. Enjoy it. I see a question, but give me a sec. No, you have to drop down Lumen Hole, you have to kill Nightmare. That sucks. Oh yeah, you don't have the regular bottle rocket. Nice. Do it again. Nice. But yeah, even in any percent, Dr. Pylon. So Dr. Pylon's any percent is basically the quickest way you can beat the game without using the debug menu, which some people quibble over whether a credits warp is truly beating the game because you don't beat the final boss. But sans credit warp, any percent is the quickest way to beat the game, and we still drop down the hole in Lumen Hall, and we still beat Nightmare. Because if you don't, the prayers won't be right, because certain event flags will not have been set, and some of the NPCs won't be there. Like, Dr. Andonuts will sit there waiting for a Mr. Saturn to show up, who never does. But I got really lucky with that Thunder, because those are only 25% chance to hit when there's a single enemy. I saved some time because in my PB, I think I was doing Freeze Alpha with Paula, but that just only does like 10 damage, if that. It's just not worth it. It just wastes time. And in my PB, the Thunders didn't hit. Sub 54 boogie, hell yeah. This is a great part of the run. This turns off spawns. Spawns are off, so that you're forced into this fight, I guess. Oh, I need to move the fly, honey. After I got it, I did watch parts, you know, because playing it and watching it are a little different. Like, I've gone back and watched the teleports in Darkonet before. Or, like, people will tell me they saw something in it, and I'm like, oh, I'll have to go back and watch it. But, I mean, for the manip, everything's about the same, you know? I've watched to see how fast I went, you know, on the Geiges inputs, because I knew I lost time there. Since I slowed down just to bring it home. Hey, can I please have a good belch fight? Do the nausea on the bear. Sweet. Please kill. Nice. I did the alpha. Oh, I don't split there. I did the alpha with Paula to save psychic points. Because it would have been an alpha either way. I was pretty sure an alpha would kill him. And Pooh is always short on psychic points, so I had her do the final kill. I always want to split there, but there's a split for a photo right after it, so it would be kind of silly to split there. Because literally nothing would happen in the intervening time. Drinking the pink stuff? Oh, man. It's an advertisement for Pepto. I just hold left here. I think I could. I hold left here. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I think I could have. It looked like I was gonna get stuck, but I think I could have. Thank you for the bit, chocolate. Okay, we need to get Saturn Valley as a teleport location. Also, apparently the Bit Boss thing has like a new cheer mode or something. Saw that for the first time earlier. Okay, where do I go after this? I took in my notes. Teleport back to Saturn Valley. Okay. There's one of these stressful alphas coming up. Goat emote? I don't think so. Goats and goats might have some. Alright, let's do this. Let's set it up. Yeah. Yeah, it's called, Stream Boss through Streamlabs. I'm probably gonna add that since I already use Streamlabs. Like, the Bit Boss battle thing, you had to sign up with some other site. And apparently now they're trying to, like, sell an upgraded service or something. And they've even started putting ads for the site. I don't like that. Like, the Bit Boss thing will, like, roll over, sort of like one of those digital billboards, and show an ad for the site, so... I never used it before, and that pretty much guarantees I won't. Like, they just started showing the ads recently. But I'm glad Streamlabs has one. I'll probably add it. I'm just gonna have to rearrange my layout or whatever. I'll probably just make my splits not as tall and put it under my splits. Unless anyone has any better suggestions. Maybe put the bit cup there. I could just leave the bit cup where it's at, I guess. These doors scare me. If you hit one of those doors, you're losing time. Those ones aren't real doors. Like, you can't actually go in those, but you'll get text. But yeah, I saw, Stallings with the Stream Boss through Streamlabs. I might have screwed up a reset there, or like a stairs death, stairs glitch. I know I did one in my PB, but I don't remember where it's at. Oh, yeah, is it too? Yeah, it's new. It's new. People are starting to get it. They talk to manager. Why not totally building photo? I'm just trying to stay a step ahead so I don't fall into glitchless muscle memory, because I've done that before. Blood. That was by over a second. Also, something I noticed is I've been going and getting the, what's it called? The secret herb in Mole Cave when someone dies, but I have life noodles, and it occurred to me that the reason we pick those up in Dalam is probably in case somebody dies. Like, if I wanted to grind world record, maybe I would just say, like, I'm not going to get those anymore. Someone dies, it's a reset, you know? But it'll be a lot quicker using the life noodles than using the secret herb. And the secret herb's not even guaranteed. And plus, the life noodles restores to full health. The secret herb does not. You have to life someone up after you use the secret herb. So that was just me still learning about the run, the category. And even last time I fought Belch, I finished him off with an alpha from Pooh, and I immediately realized I should have done it with Paula. So, you know, I'm learning, I'm getting better. Where am I going after this one? I think the museum. Let me see. Yeah, museum. And another thing is I realized I was going too high on this out of bounds. If you walk up too high and then have to walk back down, you're losing a little bit of time. You know, you want to take the most optimal path possible. I noticed I was not taking an optimal path, so I think I figured that out. Like, I used to walk out of the sprite when I go here up left, but now I stay inside the sprite. It's basically perfect last time. Let's see if it's consistent. So, like something like this. Yeah, I think that's perfect. That could maybe even be a little lower. Like, maybe I'll have to check and see, like, exactly how low the trigger goes or something. But, I mean, that's good. I'm not having to come back down, so it's an improvement. Probably why I saved a little bit of time there. Joe! Thank you for the luck. Thank you for the 10 bits, man. Appreciate it. Alright, man. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out. I'll catch you later. Ooh. Come on. There it is. Apparently this photo is way the F up there. Boom. Last time I had to walk a step back for it. So here's my big time save in the run right here. Ready for the split? Yowzers! Oh really? Doesn't sound like a good place to do it. Is that where Rob Ford was mayor, or is that somewhere else? Remember that guy? Like I said, though, it's so easy to lose time in this run. So my goal is to maintain this pace and not lose more time. Toronto, gotcha. Didn't he die from cancer or something? I wonder if you can walk behind that backhoe. Of course. Sunstroke. At least there's no enemies in here. Spawns are off. The bosses are not random spawns. That's why they're still there. Ripping pieces. Sure did put them on the spotlight, huh? Alright, this is the worst spot for someone dying. I have the bear. Hit the bear if you're gonna do anything, stupid mole. Okay, good. Stomach cancer. Yeah, like, you must be pretty well liked if you can, like, publicly smoke crack and get reelected. So you must have been doing something right. You know, some people drink coffee, some people smoke cigarettes or vape. He just smokes a little crack. Unwind after a hard day's work, I guess. What a responsible guy. Oh, so just in case anybody hasn't heard, September is officially live. I think it went live a couple days ago. The first sub to any stream, like if you've never subbed to a stream before, it's half off for all of September. You can get your first sub for $2.49. Hi, Teddy. I don't think you can sub to yourself. You can't even cheer in your own channel. I think that's because that could be used for, like, money laundering, maybe? I don't know, like laundering it through Twitch. I mean, if you're gonna launder money, it seems like there's way better ways to do it. Yo, what's up, the Dude Garcia? Welcome to the stream. What's going on? Laundry machine, yeah. really don't have to drag these guys down, but I feel like they move faster than you do. So, it might still technically be faster. But we do it in glitchless so that we won't go up high enough to trigger spawns. Need a life up, Pooh. Okay, but I need to get the exit mouse. I normally get it going to the third mole, so I don't know why I didn't. So I'm gonna grab the side caramel just to be safe. Sick of losing PB paces due to stupid shit. Like I said, I can always cut that out later. It's only a split second. I mean, I guess I could grab the brain food lunch in Dalam. And it might be faster, really. I mean, I don't know. You're like right there. But in Dalam, you're dealing with that tick down for the get up there. For, you know, trying to miss that critical box. So adding in and getting another item might not be a good idea right there. Maybe I should have used an alpha for Pooh. Nah, I got the side caramel. Like in the future, I should probably try to do alphas with Pooh or something, because he just comes out of Mole Cave with not very much PP. Yo, what's up, man? Long time no see. Yeah, I've had quite a few people from SGDQ that have popped in. Pretty cool. Hey, he's messing. He's messing. Where am I going after this? Foreside? Hey man, good to see you. Where am I going after this? Foreside. Okay. I'm trying to keep track because I'm having to use notes for this run. This is a new category for me. I just learned this. I learned this category recently. Asshole from the bar. That's funny. Yeah, man, that was... Oh, God. That was fun, man. I've had a lot of people asking me if I'm going to AGDQ, but, probably not. Although I have heard it's cheaper due to, like, the surrounding, like, food options and all that. Okay, going to Underworld. So I do not fear the teleport because I do have the side caramel. Although could lose quite a bit of time if I fail it. But at least now there's no pressure. Because there's pressure if you fail it. And if you don't have that item. Alright, here we go. Yeah, limit break's a lot less expensive. Alright, here we go. If I don't get this teleport, I'm not gonna be too upset about it, because I did pick up a safety item. Fine. So it would help if I actually eat said item. I need to get a save state here so I can practice it. But I am losing a little time here. It's a really hard teleport. It's probably the hardest out of all of them. Yeah, limit break would probably be a lot better of an option for me than AGDQ. And if I don't go to AGDQ, probably, you know, save that money up, put that money in savings or something. Oh, where am I going? Going to the fourth side, right? No, Saturn Valley. Okay, that wasn't too bad. For failing the thing, it wasn't bad. Because I failed it in my PB. So I shouldn't really lose time against that split. Yeah, limit break is in Salt Lake City, Utah. Like, SGDQ being smack dab downtown Minneapolis, it was just so expensive. Felt like I was in a tourist trap, like I was at fucking, like, Disney World or something. How expensive everything was. I can do this without notes. So. Just bring a badge right there, move to you. One, two, three, four. Alright, I think that's it, right? Oh, I didn't sell a platinum band. Fuck. Wait, yes I did, right? Oh, I didn't. Didn't sell the diamond band either. Shit. Okay, whew. Glad I looked at my notes just to be sure. RPG Limit Break, I think, is always in Salt Lake City, Utah. It's at one of the universities there. I think it's like University of Utah or something? Something like that? UT? I don't know. Okay, so this is where my last run ripped. Or at least lost a bunch of time, because I screwed up this teleport, but I was looking at it. I think I have a better teleport setup. I'm gonna go right instead of left, because there's not as many trees. I mean, Utah is close to Canada, but, I mean, Canada's big. So where am I going? Teleport to Forsyth. Ooh, nice. So, I like that teleport a lot better. I even could have, done the little swag spinny thing to make sure I didn't turn too soon and hit that tree. Oh, you're on a different end? Oh, that's right, you're on the other side. Duh. Okay, so where am I going now? I'm going to... Dungeon Man. Oh yeah, Skate Man goes to all sorts of stuff, so if you want to ever go to something with somebody, you should try hitting him up. There's actually another guy, Ceriam, who's from Canada. There's quite a few Canadian people on Twitch and like in the EarthBound speedrunning community, like the overall speedrun community at large. But yeah, I hear that Limit Break is super chill because it's smaller. Some people, you know, all the like how big SGDQ is, I guess for some people is a little too much, especially if they've never been to a con before. You know, like some people say that Limit Break, if you've never been to one, would be good to see if, you know, maybe you would like something bigger. Has anybody else had that problem with their Amazon account getting unlinked? Fuzzy pickles. Okay, you get 5 MBRs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where am I teleporting after this? Oh, net. For an exit mouse. Aren't any trees or anything. Always getting stuck there. Where am I going after the exit mouse? Forsyth. It's considered a separate category, Kanata, because it has a different text engine. Some people do it. James does it. Temple does it. Alex has done it. But they had to completely scrap the text engine for English text, and in Mother 2, there's no menu lag at all. So it's not even the fact that it's faster due to you know, the different language, but the text system is completely different as well. It's on the leaderboard. It's under, like, JP or whatever. But, you know, to run it, you would basically have to memorize a lot of different stuff and have, like, notes of what items are what. Temple has some notes. There's a Google Doc. Yeah, Garcia, the menus are a little weird when you first start, but once you get the hang of it, it's not bad. Should I call you the dude? Yeah, for those, it's just a language difference, but due to the different text engine in EarthBound, they just consider it a separate category, like a separate run. Big Lebowski is such a good movie. The Dude. I think The Dude should be what I'll call you. I'll call you The Dude. Okay, this thing always kills. Why am I queuing those up? I don't think I've ever had the MBR not kill him. Like, I know the one time I cut those betas out. Oh, you know why? Because I'm probably doing the same thing every time, so I'm basically probably manipulating this without trying. Like, as soon as I take those out, it's probably not gonna kill. But no, it wasn't, was it Keith? Was it Keith? Can't remember. Wasn't James. For the defiling of his rug. Oh my god. Get the carrot key. Yeah, god, dude, I can see his face with the long hair. So, exit mouse, get the diamond, and then go to Saturn Valley. I'll remember his name if I dwell on it long enough. Really tied the room together. I actually only watched that movie for the first time, like, maybe a year or two ago. And then I actually went bowling and drank White Russians. Like, I actually didn't plan it that way. It just kind of happened. Like, we went to one of those places where it's like, it has like an arcade, skating rink, bar, and like bowling all together. And it's almost like in a touristy type place, you know? And I was like, yo, let me get White Russians. And even the people there were like the Big Lebowski. Oh, that's right, I completely forgot about that. Dude, I can see his face, man. I'll remember his name, I'll remember. Okay, teleport Saturn Valley, don't screw this up. Because I've gone the wrong way from here before. Was it Steven? Was it Steven? That doesn't sound right. Remember that one time when that lady was there and, like, you know, we couldn't even get any service and he showed up and we're like, oh my god, like, so glad to see you. Yeah, man, I can't remember. I'll have to ask another person that went that I know through the EarthBound community. See if they know. Alright, I need to quit thinking about it. It's gonna screw me up. Yeah, man. He was great. I was gonna, like, leave him a good review or whatever, but I just never did it. Oh, no, I'm just saying, sometimes I get too deep on things. Like, one time I was sitting there trying to do math about the run or whatever, because I got a pretty good pace going on. And, like I said, since I'm using notes, this is a new category. I've only done 3 full runs in this category, so I'm not super familiar on it. Like, if I was running glitchless or something, it wouldn't be an issue, but I've lost 3 runs due to just going the wrong way. Or, like, forgetting to do something, and then, like, you get to the point where you can't do it anymore. Save time there due to not having to reload the photo trigger. If you use the soundstone when the photo is already on screen, it won't be active for some reason. Okay, so where am I going after this? I'm trying to stay one step ahead. Onet. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, the other, like the main category that most people run, I've done that so many times, I don't even have to think about it. Like, I could do it in my sleep, basically. But for this one, because this is a really weird category with all the out of bounds, so it's really hard to know where you're going, because it's not, like, very linear, you know? You're just kind of, like, going all over the place. So it's kind of hard to remember where the hell you're going, because it's not like just playing the, like, playing the game through the normal way. Yeah, I'll remember his name eventually. But man, I can see his face. I can see his face. And I shredded all my receipts and everything that would have had his name on it. So now I'm going down a little bit. Okay, I'm going to car painter. Leave no trace. Man, I had so many receipts. Oh, didn't go down far enough. Keep that in mind for the future. But what's happening there is when I open the soundstone, it's supposed to show another screen, but I'm just backing out of it as fast as I can. And it serves the effect of reloading the area. So this is normally a hard boss, but since we're majorly sequence breaking, you would normally only have one character here, and you would never do this. So it's kind of refreshing to get to just kick his ass. Fuck him up. Yeah, dude, I fucked him up. Yeah, this is a very heavily glitched and sequence broken category. Basically, it's photo percent. You get all 32 photos. So I don't know if you watched the EarthBound run at GDQ. That was a glitchless run. And as an incentive, Ultimo, the world record holder that was running it, got all 32 photos because the incentive was met. So what he was doing is really not an actual category. It was like glitchless, just going off and doing other stuff. Because the actual photo, it's really any percent all photos. We call it photo percent for short. But it's an anything goes type of category other than the debug menu. There is a way to bring up the debug menu in-game using a glitch. It's really hard to do. And there's actually a category dedicated to just pulling up the debug menu and then just warping to the credits. Actually, the post-credits. But, you know, some people don't really consider that beating the game, since you don't beat the boss. But it is... I would say it's... I don't know if it's, like, beating it, but it's definitely completing it. I would say. But some people just don't like credit warps, for whatever reason. Okay, get the photo, teleport to Tucson. Okay, I can't have enemies out here. Just gonna despawn them. Clear my way, I need the photo. Okay, holy shit. Chromageddon. What is going on? Oh, dude, I'm losing so much time. This is awful. For the people who don't like it. Yeah, exactly. Dude, that was terrible. Yeah, murders of crows. Yeah, almost 20 seconds. Alright, I'm going to Tucson. Look. Whee! Seriously, man, that was just awful. It had to be like 8 crows that one time. This photo is not active until you get the backstage pass. I actually didn't know that until I ran this category. So after this I need... Okay, I'm trying to stay ahead of my notes so I don't mess up like I did before, you know? Getting complacent and thinking I know where I'm going. So I need to trigger the Apple Kid phone call after this. So enemies here normally would not run, but since, again, this is heavily sequence broken, they will. Apparently the UFOs out here are only a 75% chance to run. There is a chance that they could come after you. So nice being able to walk by them. Really hoping for no UFOs so I don't have to test the 75% run chance. I go up a little higher because I noticed last time I did what looked like my normal movement, but since you're normally solo Ness, it's easier to see how high you go. Of course. Of course. Should have fucking known. Should have just despawned it. That sucks. Oh, I got the 25% chance. Of course. At least there's no level ups. It doesn't take as long. But what I was saying is, I can't... It's kind of hard to see when I hit... Ew, get out of the way. You know, I don't try to hit the exact pixel or anything, but it's hard to even see when I walk above the grass patch because of the other kids behind me. So I've started just going up a little bit higher just to play it safe. Flag Alpha. We teleport back to Tucson because it's quicker to teleport to here and walk in this back entranceway than it is just to walk back. And the reason I do that swag alpha there is if you try to go down the path, you can hit an enemy and fail to teleport, which wastes time, and then you might get the fight. Actually, they run, so you probably won't get the fight. Talk to Apple Kid, teleport 4 side. Alright. Got another alpha coming up. Nope. Teleport you won't see too often. Only in this category, really. Museum photo. Probably would have saved time here without the fight. Okay, after this, give the diamond to the manager. Because I think I even ran into something in my PV in the teleport and had to do the teleport again. Sometimes I see people use the main door. You can use the smaller door here. So this show coming up is really the only other main input break. It's really just Skyrunner and this show. This category does not have many input breaks. after this, I'm going to the hotel and going to Moonside. BRB. Back. Just in the nick of time. Where am I going? Hotel. Out of bounds. I know I messed one of these up in my PB, but I don't remember where. So there is a little time save on one of these. Might have already gotten it, because there was one split where it seemed like I saved some time. Byron! Oh my god, dude, I'm pretty sure that was it. Byron. You're right, that is kind of uncommon. Mystery solved. I don't know if I would have remembered that. That's not what I was thinking. That's not where I wanted to go. There we go. Not too far. Weird, because I could still hear the Moonside music. Oh yeah, spawns are on here. Forgot about that. Fucking Byron the Legend. Yeah, man, it's a good game. Ooh. Really good game. A lot of replay value. So I'm gonna do a tech skip here, which actually turns off spawns. There's a trigger here, but by walking along the bottom pixel, you can avoid it, right? Like that. So now spawns are off, because it's... The game kind of considers it like a cutscene. You get like a sequence of text boxes, but since I'm going out of bounds right here, it'll never turn back on, because I don't get the text boxes, and I don't do any other cutscenes to turn it back on. We're gonna go out of bounds to another area, which would have a lot of spawns, but they're gonna be gone. It's actually a controversial skip, because it was I recently showed in the glitchless category that you can avoid having the spawns turn back on for a longer period of time and go do some other areas with no spawns. Like, the community's trying to decide how to handle it. Problem is, it's a skip that's been done ever since, like, this run has been around. Probably, like, 3 or 4 years. Like, it's basically, like, probably 90% of the runs on the leaderboard have it. Like, everyone knew the spawns were off, but they thought beating Monty turned them back on, but it's actually the bus ride out of Foreside back to the desert that turns them back on. Somebody else actually found that, but then I did some testing on stream showing that you could skip the bus and walk back, which only loses 11 seconds, and go do, like, Mondo Mole and, like, Trillionage Sprout. What is this? Super Bomb, Defend, MBR, Defend. Yeah, it's a tough question. I mean, sometimes it's obvious what a glitch is, but there are a lot of times it's not clear-cut. Like, it was one of those things where everyone knew it was probably technically a small glitch, but since it was such a small effect, and, like, the people that first started the speedrun did it, it was kind of like a minor glitch that was grandfathered in, but now it's been shown that you can actually benefit, you can exploit it further, because there's really only one spawn plate in Moonside that you skip, because once you come out of that room, you go to one warp guy, and then you're down right by Monty, who's the boss of the area, and there's only one spawn plate outside there. So you really only get one spawn plate for free, so everyone was kind of like, you know, it's 16 seconds of text, and actually we didn't even know that, but we've been looking into it recently. So, you know, it was one of those things where, like, some people quibbled over whether it was really a glitch, you know, but it had just been done that way for so long that it just seemed like, you know, don't rock the boat. Move! But, one sec. Shut up. Oh my god. That hurts. That hurts. Where am I going? I think I'm going to get the photo. Yeah. So, what it is... Oh yeah, spawns are off. Is, like I said, you can skip riding the bus, because since we ride the bus right afterwards, everyone just assumed that it was Monty that turned it back on, but it's actually the bus. But yeah, a lot of times it's not so clear-cut. I mean, some things like obviously going out of bounds and cliff skipping and all those things, those are obvious glitches. But you're right, a lot of times it's not so obvious. Well, that's the thing, the dude. There are other tech skips that we're fine with, but it's because that one has the side effects of turning off spawns and the others don't, and that's why that one is a problem. Where am I going? Where am I going? I lost my place in my notes. Teleport donut. And so we all agree that the text skip itself is not a glitch, but it has a side effect that causes like a glitched state. Because we skip other text. We skip text in Onet when we use the key, the shack. It normally says the door's locked. We skip that. And we also skip the text when you use the bad key machine in the 3 dungeon. But those ones don't turn off spawns or have any other side effects. Yeah, it turns out it's at least 16 seconds just for the text. More if you end up getting a spawn. Okay, teleport to Tenda Village. Give the book to the chief. Don't talk to him. But yeah, so it sounds like the community might be leaning towards just, even though it sounds like a silly rule, leaning towards requiring that you take the bus out of Foreside. It sounds like a silly, arbitrary like requirement in imposing a route, but it's what everyone does anyway because it's faster. There's literally no benefit to walking instead of riding the bus unless you just want to further exploit the glitch. And there's no you don't have teleport yet, and there's no other way out of Foreside, and there's no way to progress the story in Foreside. You literally have to go through that tunnel, either via the bus or walking, and you can't even death warp because you get a checkpoint after Monty. So if you tried to death warp, you'd go right back to the cafe in Foreside. You're literally stuck there. And it's only because of how long it's been around and how deeply ingrained, like, in the run in the category it is. If it was a new thing, like, we would never even consider that. But, like, you know, people were talking about going and editing times. Teleport to Foreside. And it just was getting messy, like, what the other options were. Teleport to Foreside. Department store. You know, because people were like, well, that's not fair to add times. Those runs really did those times are what those runs got. And whoever did those runs followed the rule, and people are going to be mad when they get a notification saying 16 seconds was added to their run. And we couldn't even agree on how much time to add. You know, some people wanted to add like an average to account for potential spawns, even though they're only 30% spawn plates. You know, other people were saying, you know, we're just going to grandfather them in with including the time there, and you just got to suck it up. And you just got to lose time on that split until you get a new PB. And it seemed like we were never going to agree on whether to add time or not, because people were like, well, that's not fair, because, like, one guy was like, well, if 16 seconds separates me from world record, you know, like, Uko, who's in third place, I mean, number 1 and number 2 were separated by 2 seconds in a just under 4-hour run. Pretty crazy. So it seemed like we were never going to agree, because either way it was going to be unfair to somebody by taking it out. And so it's just so much easier just to say you have to ride the bus, because everyone's going to do it anyway. The only reason you would not ride the bus is if you just weren't paying attention and you just totally had a huge brain fart, or if you were new. And we're not even going to require riding the bus. We're only going to require riding the bus if you do the tech skip. If for some reason you want to be a rebel and not ride the bus, don't do the tech skip. And then it's, you know, you're free to do whatever you want. Alright, this is MBR. And also by tying it to doing the tech skip, we prevent invalidating noob runs. Oh, I don't split there. But yeah, because we were like, well, what if someone's new and they're not paying attention? Because when I was new, I got that time loss for not taking the bus just because I wasn't paying attention. Okay, going to Magic Can after this. Going out of bounds with the phone by the ATM. But yeah, it just seemed like we weren't going to be able to agree. And it just seems like adding a rule that basically says just keep doing what you've always been doing. You know, some people were like, well, what if someone finds another way to, like, exploit it? And, you know, some of us were like, well, it's just a convenient position in the game because you don't have teleport yet, and you have to go that way. Without glitching, there's literally nothing else you can do. But as far as I know, no official decision has been made yet. Yeah. Like, another thing is we do RNG manip for the first 20 minutes for the first area, and there's nothing in the rules preventing you from doing more. It's just like no one's done it. You know, it is said that there's like a quote-unquote gentleman's agreement to not do anymore, because people don't want this to turn into like Lufia 2 Ancient Cave where somebody manipped the whole thing. You know, it's like the slippery slope argument. But someone's actually been working on it recently. Like, a lot of new things happening. Alright, I need to focus here. For an audio cue. Fuck, that's not it. It is. You would normally have a lot of spawns here, but they're off. Yeah, you know, some people were like sort of taking the glitchless purist approach, and the funny thing is I used to make the same argument, like, you know, I think that's a glitch because it turns spawns off, and people are like, well, you really only get one spawn plate for free because of it, and I'm like, you know, it's the principle. But I never thought through how we would actually ban it. And when people started talking about adding times to the existing runs, I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, like, I never thought, like, this is how it would be removed. And I also didn't realize it was 16 seconds, which is pretty big. I thought it was only, like, 2 to 3 seconds in that room. Alright, so this is a tough part, because normally you would only have Ness here. Jeff and Pooh make it harder to skip these Krakens. Please go away. Go away. Going for it. Didn't get me. Oh, he didn't get me. Really surprised about that. He's stuck. I don't like this. Probably get me when I go down here. Uh-oh. Going for it. Going for it. Alright. So this is Dragon Knight MBR Super Bomb. Ow. Nice. Yeah, because if you ban it and you don't add time, then everyone's losing 16 seconds, which in this run might not sound like a lot, but when first and second place are separated by 2 seconds, that's pretty huge. But there's just no fair way to add time, because you could make the argument like you could have spawns at something. And then even for the 16 seconds, people couldn't agree on that, because they're like, well, some people mash differently. You know, like how you mash the text can advance it quicker. You know, and then some people are like, well, what if we do it frame perfectly in, like, Task Studio or something? You know, but people didn't even like that either. Like, nobody could agree on how much time to add. And I think that's why a lot of people just kind of, seeing no other opportunity or no other viable option that we're all going to agree on, started just sort of saying, like, well, you know, I don't really like it, but I think we should just require the bus, because it seems like something everybody could agree on. It's so much cleaner, it doesn't rock the boat, it doesn't edit existing times, it doesn't invalidate every guide that's ever been written, and every, like, video tutorial that's ever been made. You know, it doesn't lead people to invalidate future runs because they didn't think to check for a rules change, and then they submit a run with it in there. It's just, like, people were going to get upset no matter what if you remove it, you know? Some rightly so, some maybe not rightly so. But I could understand if we were telling you, like, okay, you have to do something different from now on, but we're literally saying, like, that thing that there's no reason for you to ever not do, unless you're trying to exploit this glitch further, just don't do that. Like, just keep doing the thing that everyone does, because it's the natural thing to do there. Ride the bus. I mean, the bus costs $4. You could maybe make some really weird edge case for, like, well, what if you didn't have the $4? It'd be faster just to walk through than to go to an ATM. But since you use the ATM in a department store, and you don't buy anything in Moonside, I don't think you would ever be in a situation where you didn't have $4. I'm not a mod or anything, like, on speedrun.com, but the mods were sort of, like, asking for the opinions of some of the top runners. Like, I'm number 10 on the leaderboard. I actually recently got that, like, 10 days ago, which is a pretty big goal on Glitchless anyway. I'm, like, 3rd in this category, but there's only, like, 6 runs. You know, this isn't, like, nobody had run this in, like, 8 months before I dusted it off. Daniel, who's number 4th on the Glitchless leaderboard, did it at a marathon, but that was it. Teleport to winner. Okay, I gotta do this sequence here first. Okay, teleport to winners. Out of bounds, up to the vacant house. Okay. Oh, you're saying start a new category? Well, that's the thing. Some people are like, well, maybe we should rename it No Major Glitches, but we have a category called No Out of Bounds. Like, all this stuff I'm doing in this run, where I'm going out of bounds, doesn't allow that. Oh, I don't have to go to Pooh anymore for teleport. Ness has it now. From the boost there. I need to remember that. I'm losing a second or two every time I menu over for Pooh. But it would totally be allowed in No Out of Bounds, which is kind of like our No Major Glitches category. I mean, some people have even suggested renaming it so that, because like people are like, what the hell is No Out of Bounds, you know? But No Major Glitches is like a standard speedrunning term. People are more familiar with that. But that glitch or trick or whatever you want to call it has always been a little controversial because people have said, you know, I think it's a glitch, but now it's been shown that it can have wider application. The people that thought it wasn't a glitch now are like, okay, I agree now it's a glitch. Because one of the areas has multiple 100% spawns that you can get for free. So I can just mash the map here. There we go. Is that enough? There. Yeah, you have to like almost reload the trigger. I'm really not sure how far down you have to go for that. Nice. I didn't realize in my PB that you had to do that, so I just was like going in circles over it, like, hello, where's the trigger? You can have spawns here. Oh, I was ready to teleport if needed. Yeah, remember to not go to Pooh. And from here on out, it's basically business as usual. I will try some manip, although if I mess it up, I'll just go out of bounds straight to Gaius and roll the dice. The problem is you're very underleveled due to all the out of bounds, so I'm going to try to manip the Gaius fight. But if I mess up, I'm just going to go to him and roll the dice. But you have to walk to him to manip it because going out of bounds, like, spawns are kind of inconsistent and stuff. Because they randomly move, the enemies, and can give you, like, inconsistent RNG and stuff. At least that's what I've heard. I've never tried it myself. I have messed with some manip, but this, like I said, there's a new category for me. I'm still using notes. I lost a run 2 nights ago to failing the manip, but I was only like 20 seconds ahead. I have a much bigger buffer here. I mean, I should be good at the manip because at least the manip up to Gaius is the same as any %. And I actually have world record in that category, but it's been so long since I've run it. I actually did someone asked me what my 3rd save file was the other day. I'm like, oh, that's a practice file for this category. And I just loaded it up and I actually nailed it my first try. People were kind of surprised because I was like, I'll probably never hit this because I haven't done it in forever. Okay, got my notes up because the guy that has world record in this category, Classic James, has a 222.51. You can see at the bottom of my splits. Has his own manip for Gaius. I've never hit it in a run, but I'm going to try it. I have an extra bomb, too, because I didn't realize that you're supposed to use the Dragonite round 1 on Nightmare. And I had been using a bomb, and since I one-rounded, actually, I didn't even use the Dragonite. Pooh killed, it was MBR bomb. Can't really use the Dragonite because it's like area of effect. It attacks both Pokey and Gygus. Alright, this one I'm not going to load the other file. I'm just resetting because resetting reinitialized the RNG values. So here we go. This is for all the marbles. Here's my nip. Have to wait for a despawn up here. This is where I lost it the other day. That felt better. This fight's intentional. We're manipulating the Gutsy Bat drop, which is Ness's ultimate weapon. I'm gonna pay attention to this menu here. Okay, that all felt good. Alright, that felt good. Get this walk. Inputs, unlike any percent. Alright, the walk felt perfect. So, in jams we trust. I'm gonna try the world record holder's manip. I just hope all my items are in the right spots. I have notes for everything. So I might go a little slow here just so I don't screw it up, because I've lost 3 PB pace runs. This isn't world record pace or anything like that. I just want the damn PB, so... And I'm not, like I said, I'm not familiar with this. This is not my manip. And it's not something I've really practiced, and I have yet to get it in a run, so I'm gonna kind of be, meticulous here with the inputs. Super Bomb in 2. On you. Super Bomb in 2. On you. I believe this is it. Yo, what's up, Ithia? Defend. No. Oh, shit. Okay, I did something wrong. I need to add 10 cursor movements. Okay, Super Bomb in 1. I hope this backup works. Super Bomb in 1. Oh, I don't have a Super Bomb in 1. Whatever, we're just killing them. I was supposed to do 5 Bs, but it's fine. But we're just killing them now. Oh, that's not good. It's okay, I can revive her. Okay, fine. So, the manip was off anyway, even if I would have done the... I got ahead of myself and was looking at phase 2, but the manip was off anyway because, whose inventory was different for some reason. But that's fine. I mean, really, it's just that first turn that needs to go off properly. Because if you get a beta, you're screwed. I have a couple life noodles. Yeah. Do you have anything? No. Do you have any bombs left? Yeah, right there. You? Yeah. Oh, not enough PP. We'll do that. Might kill him, hopefully. Let's go! Trying. I hope this round kills him. If not, the next one should. Come on, kill him. Nice, nice. Alright, so we're in there, just prayers now. Dr. Pollins, you were sweating. What's up, Ithia? You came in just in time. Just in time. I need to remember to go to just mash out do nothing for Pooh, because he's numb. Paralyzed. Oops. Why did I cursor over twice? I don't know. I won't do it again. The damage is meaningless. You can't even really damage him. You have to do the 9 prayers. So what we want to happen is we want Ness, Jeff, and Pooh to all die. We want just Paula. And that's because that reduces the amount of menuing, because I have to go to defend for those 3 kids. And you get the text of the defending, plus you get the text of any damage, like, done to them. Like, if Gygus does some sort of, like, area of effect type thing, you know, it can go on all of them. But yeah, I have yet to get that manip in, and the inventory always seems different. So I'm gonna have to check his run. Maybe my notes are wrong or something, or there's something that's different. Like I think he said you might have to actually drop a bomb if you don't use like a safety bomb or something. Maybe that's what it is. Like I'm getting lucky to the point where I have an extra bomb and I have to drop it. Whose boss fight is it, where the damage is meaningless and the text doesn't matter? Damn straight. He does. It's 9999, Dr. Pylons. You can see it with, there's 2 different programs for viewing all of the data from the ROM, PK Hack and Coil Snake. And you can also see it in the EBDB. If you do the EBDB command, it'll bring up the starman.net EarthBound database. And they take all that info from those programs, dumping the info straight from the ROM. But yeah, he does have HP. I think the prayers actually damage him, but I think that's the only way that you can damage him. Like that, I don't think does anything. But the prayers, after the prayer comes back, it says the prayer does damage. I think he's only vulnerable to the prayers. Welcome back, JTF. You're just in time. But, Paul is basically invincible at this point because she has the Franklin badge and the C pendant on. Like, the only attack that she's vulnerable to at all is, his freeze-type attack, and it only does, like, 10 damage. So she's basically invincible. She has the Franklin badge, which reflects the lightning, and the C pendant includes flash protection, so she can't be, like insta-killed with flash or confused or anything like that. I mean, even if she was confused, I don't think that would affect the prayers. Come on, kill a kid. The reflects are the worst because they take extra time and they're doing like extra text for no reason because the damage doesn't help. But you know, I'm having to do all this menuing every time. This is not optimal. Beautiful greens. I like how you spelled it too. Makes me want to draw a beautiful landscape. Just gotta fill them in a little bit. So the timing actually does not end. You know what? I should have a Gaius split. Really should. And you go to Ness's house afterwards, whatever. See how that does damage? But I'm having to do this awkward menuing every time. I really wish we could kill some of the kids. Like, hitting Paul is the worst thing. Like, those lightnings could be taking kids out. There we go, just like that. Thank you! It's like my prayers have been answered. Ho ho ho, pun intended. So now it's gonna be a lot easier just going to defend and pray. So, hopefully he takes out Ness next. Your knowledge of the English language is not well versed. No, I meant like, that's green like Greenie, spelled like her name. See how much faster that is? Now I don't get text from them. Yo, Doc with the host, what is up, dude? How'd your runs go? Come on, take out Ness. Yes! That's exactly what we wanted. Oh yeah, the dude. That's actually from the game. Like, you might think that that's, like, a lack of deinterlacing or something, but, that's actually in the game. Like, that's part of the actual game, for sure. Yeah, it is pretty cool how they did that. There we go. Oh, that was almost bad. Because the menu's different now. The menu's different. I have to go right twice. I'm glad I caught that. You're drunk and you love my face. Well, I love your face, too. Appreciate it, Doc. So the worst thing that can happen here is that Paula gets solidified. Because I lose a turn and I have to do it again. But what's up, man? How'd your runs go? You're here just in time to see the photo percent PB. Unless I get like 100 million solidifies all in a row. I might save a little time on this fight because I think I had at least one solidify. And when Paula was the only one left, I accidentally hit left, which would normally go to pray for her. But when she's the only one left, hitting left on the D-pad will go to auto fight, and I lost a turn because of it. They died. Well, that's EarthBound for you, right? It wouldn't be EarthBound without a bunch of ruined runs. But hey, man, you just got a PB the other day, right? You're still basking in the PB afterglow, right? I know I usually do. Good, that's a quick turn. Like I said, the reflects are the longest. So this is the final prayer coming up. This is where time would end in a glitchless run. I'll call it out. And actually most categories. But there's photos after the end here. So time, okay, don't solidify. Time would end when Paul's character box raises and you hear the noise for the prayer. Right. Good, right? Now, that's when time would end. We would probably end split on, like, doing the final damage. But, since you get solidified, it's not guaranteed to go off. Now, in a normal run, I usually get lazy with the mashing here. But time still goes because we get prayers after the final boss. So I need to actually keep going here. Yeah, man, I know you'll probably be the next sub 355. I don't think Toucan. I think Toucan's done. Now, Skateman said he's coming back. Skateman said he's coming back to maybe do PB attempts. So, might have some competition. Yeah, I wish, JTF. Oh, yeah, Doc, so you might actually have an easier time using PK Hack instead of Cruel Snake. It has the same map editor, and in addition to showing the spawn tiles, it shows which enemies spawn on them. It's just, I haven't had a lot of luck with PK Hack because it's kind of buggy, and some people can't even get it to run because they get Java errors. But man, thanks again for the host. But yeah, man, I think I can see like the light bulb going off in your head, like seeing this info, dude. It's really fascinating to really dig into the game and learn more about it. It's a lot of fun, man. It's like a different way to enjoy the game. Like sometimes if you're not feeling like doing runs, you can just like study some shit, and you almost get like the satisfaction of doing like the runs and shit, or of like improving. I mean, like progressing. Well, you might see some weird things that you didn't know. Like, in Giant Step, there's a spawn. There's 100% spawn in the wall. I mean, it's completely pointless, but it can spawn in the wall, and we never get it for whatever reason. I've actually seen it spawn in a randomizer. I've seen a Starman spawn there. It crashes the game. Yeah, I use the 3K bitrate. I actually raised it recently from 2500. So, like, my bitrate is higher than just about anybody else that streams EarthBound. I think Solomon is probably the only one with a higher bitrate than me. I think he uses, like, 4000. I don't know what BGG uses. His might be higher. You know, because they're both partnered. What is it that you're wanting to look into? But yeah, the dude, you should see this with someone using like 1000 bitrate or lower. You literally can't see anything. So like what you just saw was far above and beyond what you would normally be able to see at that point. Look at a 3K bitrate. You literally can't see anything. You talking about like the hotspots and shit, like the triggers doc, or like what is it you want to look into? Sounds like my stream. Oh man, JTF, you stream? But hey man, the dude, I'm glad you could pop in on an actual PB pace run. Like, you know, it's a formality from here on out to the PB. I just got to go do a couple things until timing ends. Like I said, normally timing would have already ended. And I would expect I saved a little bit of time on that split. Yeah, I keep that enemy config table file handy quite a bit, and I'll actually reference it when I'm watching people. So if I see someone get into a weird situation or something that like maybe I haven't seen a lot, I'll check, like, you know, what's this enemy weak to, how much HP they have, speed, all that stuff. Oh, nice, dude. Doing some traveling, eh? Hope your travels went well. But, like I said, I normally do, like, glitchless. It's just, I've had a chip on my shoulder with this category, losing 3 PB pace runs, so I've kind of been focusing on it the last few streams, and finally got it. Yeah, Rithium. I was actually, he was asking me if I thought that would be a good idea, and I was telling him, you know, there's actually already a zip archive with a bunch of pictures of spawn skips and whatnot. So I was telling him, don't reinvent the wheel. Yeah, that's what I thought, JTF. I thought you used mobile, but you can stream from phones. People do it. Get those sick IRL streams. Okay, so even though we're past the final boss, there's actually one final skip coming up. You can skip. Actually, I take that back. Well, there still is a skip. Normally, you would skip this photo up here, but I'm gonna get it because this is obviously photo %. And quit walking in these trees, and then you can skip some text here by teleporting. Oh, he's saying the zip? Sweet. Well, I mean, the actual zip or the link, because the link also explains it. I'm actually losing time. Wow, I thought I would have saved time. Alright, see if I can get the skip. Oh, that's not good. Oh, got it. Wow. I went over kind of farther right. Okay, let me try to split properly here. Oh, fuck, I told her no! Did I split right? Did anyone see that? It seemed like I split, like, perfectly. Like, I thought I did it too soon, but I think it actually ended up being, like, literally perfect. I lost a couple seconds because I switched to mashing the wrong button too soon, so I was trying to get ready to split. I might have to go back and look at that split and make sure that I split early. If I did, it was only like a fraction of a second. Yo, Maladroid with the 100 bits. Thank you so much. Yo, the dude with 500 bits. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys. The spicy time, yeah, man, it's pretty good. So I'm now about 2 minutes off world record, less than 2 minutes. World record's at the bottom of my splits, 2:22:51 by Classic James. Thank you, Ithia. Thank you, Maladroid. Thanks, Nolan. Thank you, The Dude. Rithium. Vantos, everybody. All the lurkers. Yo, Nolan with the 100 bits. With the Think of Rocks, thank you. Oh yeah, for everyone that doesn't know, I should probably make a command for this. Include the charity hashtag with your bits, and Twitch is actually donating to, can someone paste the message? I can't see the message. I'll turn it into a command. Can somebody paste what the message is that comes up? Nolan, do it, or else everybody will do it. But, I'll make a command out of it. I forget who it is, but, it's like something with kids, I think, a charity. I can't find any, like, official documentation on it. I just see it in streams. Yo, Beewood with the 100 bits. What is up, dude? Thank you so much. But yeah, I'm not sure what, like, the matching rate is. It's not, like... I don't think it's, like, 1-to-1. I really don't know. I mean, it might be. For extra life. Okay, thank you. So I will, open this link, and then I'll make a bot command later. Let me save these splits. Boom. There we go. There we go. I'll read this later, and I will make a command. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people that aren't familiar with that. I feel like they didn't blast it out because they blasted out September. So for anyone who doesn't know, they're also, in addition to the charity thing, they're also doing all September, starting a few days ago, the first month of any new subscription to a channel, meaning you've never subscribed to the streamer before, is half off. So they've got some specials going on. So they've got that, and then the charity thing going on. So whenever you're using bits, try to remember the charity hashtag if you can. Get some money for those kids. Dang, almost 40,000 bucks. Oh, 10 days left. 10 days left on the charity. Yeah, man, it feels good to finally get that PB, because like I said, I lost like 3 paces. 3 different runs, just the stupid stuff. And there was quite a bit of time lost in this run, too. Nothing major, like missing the bridge photo. I didn't miss any photos, which was good, for once. $2 for every 1,000 bits. Roughly 20%. Yeah. Pretty good. Or it is 20%, rather. Not bad at all. Because, yeah, I had no idea what the rate was, but that's pretty good. Finishing off this water here. You don't really get many input breaks in this run. Really just Skyrunner and the Runaway 5 show in Fourside. Yeah, I mean, well, a lot of it's just RNG, like the like not getting duck skip. I mean, really, I guess Brick Road was good for once. So here's the thing, you know, sometimes people ask, like, why do you get all of the photos? Technically, we get the best ending by getting all 32, because all 32 photos appear during the credits. Oh, yeah, like, that's one thing, the dude. I normally feel like I give more commentary and I'm more engaged. That's the one thing I don't like about this category, is I can't, like, I have to focus on what I'm doing a lot more. Same thing with Super Metroid. Like, when I'm doing Glitchless, I know that run like the back of my hand. So half the time I don't even have to pay attention to what I'm doing. I can chat a lot more. And like, people have even asked me, like, I'm surprised to see you're still running Glitchless after getting a big PB. And I'm like, you know, it's a more fun category in terms of, like, even when I'm stuck, like, you know, I can't get past, like, Car Painter. Like, there's a few early run killers in the run that are kind of hard. I mean, really all the way through Department Store. It's like run killer after run killer after run killer. Because we're skipping so much stuff, we're underleveled. Until you start getting more members in your party, you're really at risk of losing the run very early on. And even when that's happening, I'm at least able to chat and stuff more. Like with this, like you said, I have to keep reading notes, and in this run, it's hard to remember where the hell you're going. Like even Daniel, who's former world record holder and the world record holder, even said he would probably need notes at this point. Even though he routed the whole thing, he would probably need notes at least for a few parts. It's because of all the sequence breaking. It's like, what the hell, you're just like randomly going through the void. Although I am starting to get a lot more familiar with it. I could probably trim my notes down quite a bit. Like, there's a lot of things in there that I probably have down. Like, I really probably just need to have the notes saying, like, where... I mean, even a few of them I remember where to go now. Earlier in the run, anyway. It gets a little harder further out because, you know, you tend to do early game more often. But thank you guys. But yeah, I guess what I was trying to say is there's time to save, you know, like I've got time saves. And definitely, Nolan, definitely well earned, definitely well earned. Thank you, Magical Spinning Rabbi. Yes, that's the Star Master. Dropping in points, dropping it like it's hot, making it rain. Yeah, that's a problem that James had, Nolan, was he was running so many categories at one time that he kept making mistakes, like in Threed. For any percent, even though we do the same cliff skips, and then we go trigger winners for in Threed, for any percent, and for photo percent. In Threed, you have to go by the cold remedy. In photo percent, you just go straight to the graveyard. And I saw him many times doing the wrong walk, or whichever, like doing the walk from the other category. Or, oh, the other thing is in any percent, we don't talk to Applicate, because we never get the pencil eraser, because that's, we skip a lot more in that run. You know, we have to go do certain things to get all the photos. Any percent is like, beat the game as fast as you can, like anything goes other than debug menu. And so we never get the pencil eraser, and you go straight to the cliff skips, but in photo percent, you have to talk to Applicate. Even though you don't get the pencil eraser then, you have to do that to, like, get that flag, so that when you come back later, it's there for the getting. It's something I do. I don't think it's not required, but I include the credits. Sometimes I include the credits. Sometimes I don't. It depends. Like if I feel like I gave good commentary during the credits, you know, sometimes I will. You know, if it's like a salty PB where you're like, oh, I PB'd by like 2 seconds or whatever, you know, it's like, whatever. But if it's like a big PB that I think will probably stand for a while, I usually include them. Because if it's a big PB, I'll usually go on some spiel about something, you know. Like from Glitchless, I was going on and on about Denny's coffee, because I went out to Denny's for dinner, and I got a meal. I think it was like the Grand Slam Slugger that it came with coffee, and I drank the coffee at the end of the meal. When I came home, man, I was like lit AF, as the kiddies would say, and I was just in the zone for that run. Like the first half of the run, I don't even know what I was doing. Like that was so much caffeine, because like I drank the coffee, and like the rest of my party was like ready to go, and I'm like, because they didn't give me the coffee at first, and I was like, hey, this was supposed to come with coffee, and they're like, well, I'll have to go brew some. So I didn't get the coffee till after my dinner, and then it was too hot, so I had to let it cool off, and finally I just chugged it, and then so I chugged like a Dr. Pepper too, because it was hot, like on my stomach, and so I was just like, man, I was just lit when I got home. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. So like I kept those credits because you know, because there was talk about that and stuff. Yeah, man, this was a good one too. This was a good one. I'll have to go through and check where my time saves are. Like since I use Linux, I can't. If I scroll up, it won't let me scroll back down. The Dr. Pepper heroin coffee? Yeah, pretty much. No, it was like it would have been like meth or something, you know, because like I kept saying, I'm like, man, I don't know what they put in that coffee, but I'm like wired. I think I drank like 3 Dr. Peppers and that coffee. That was probably like, I mean, each Dr. Pepper is what, probably like almost 50 milligrams caffeine, so it's probably 150. And then like I got the bold coffee, so it's probably like, well, maybe almost 200 milligrams in that. I mean, it sounds stupid to talk about that, but it was way more than I normally would ever consume, is my point. I think it was AA. Yeah, man, I was just so hyped that I just like spammed the AA. Got that jitter. Dude, I was wired. I could not sleep that night. So for the debug menu run I mentioned, when you do the post-credits warp, this is where you would come to this epilogue. Spankity, spankity. Wired with the power of AA batteries. Yeah. Wired. I can't feel my face. So that's it. That is the absolute end. You can't do anything else. You have to... If you want to do anything else, you got to reset the console. So, like I said, I will have to check my split because